Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of To Whom We May Concern. My name is Will, and your name's, good sir?
It's Stefan.
Stefan. Yes. And welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, before we begin, I want to make a quick announcement. I have made a Discord for us. So if you want to join the currently non-existent community, because we're trying to get a
Currently
community
non-existent.
to be existent, you can click the link in the description, and you can also find the link to our Who channel that I used to care about.
Yeah, he doesn't anymore. He just doesn't edit episodes anymore.
I
Episode
mean, one
6
day,
has been in the making for probably years at this point.
no, it's not that long. Don't be dramatic, but I
Yeah,
might
Will, when are
finish.
you going to edit episode 6?
I might one day. I might. It just depends on if I could just open it and then I find good ideas to do for the episode to finish it. But yeah. Now, on this channel, we like to talk about things, right?
And stuff.
And
Don't forget stuff.
And last episode, we spent the last third talking about Kanye West, right?
Yes.
Well,
And how we keep politics out of our episodes, except for Kanye West, because it's Kanye. That was
yeah.
Will's reasoning, at least.
Ever since that episode, a new clip came from a new episode of another podcast that he was on, and I just want to get into this. So, Stephen, let me make a statement for you. Hitler wasn't that bad a person. He was just misunderstood, and he did some good. How you feel? How does that make you feel?
That is exactly what I think about that.
Okay, so that's what Kanye said. I have an official quote here. He said, and to quote him, "I see good things about Hitler. He made this microphone that I'm talking into, and he also made highways." I do not remember those two facts about Hitler, but that
No,
is why we are not
he
Kanye
definitely
West.
did not do either of those two things.
Exactly. And so a lot of people have continued to just like be like, what is happening with this man? Like, we get he's crazy. We get he's crazy, but like, why is he acting crazy?
He's crazy, but why is he acting like it?
Hey, crazy person, stop being crazy.
If you're crazy, just stop being crazy. It's not that hard.
Yes. That no. Remember back in I forgot what episode it was where we were talking about merch ideas. That should be a merch idea. If you're
Just stop being.
If you're depressed, stop being depressed. It's not that hard. We're gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Yes, we should put that on the t-shirt. New business idea.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because, like, whatever you want to say about Kanye, he's always, at the very least, entertaining when it comes to.
I hope y'all find this entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. So, should we go ahead and release another 1,000-word essay on why Kanye's wrong?
I don't know if it'll be 1,000 words, because I'd be like, you really don't even need that much to explain it. He's literally just wrong. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, and it's just kind of gotten to the point where how much of this is just trying to get attention, and how much
Probably
of
a lot
it
of
is
it.
just, and how much. Oh, okay, that may seem obvious, but all this is like costing him like business partnerships. Like every company, every fashion company is like dropping him, and he's losing like a bunch of money. Like we're talking like billions that he's lost. So if it's for attention, congratulations, you have attention, but you
You
no
also
longer
have
have a lot of
lost
money.
a ton of money.
Yeah, and your business, what's the word?
It's not booming.
Reputation. Your reputation is like not that good. I mean, it's never been like great, but he was able to work with businesses and like companies. But now, like
Now
every
he's
every company has dropped him, and it's just kind of getting sad at this point.
every company has dropped him harder than his mom dropped him on his head when he was born, apparently.
Um, but yeah, so I just and you wonder what's even funnier. He said this on Infowars, which, if you don't know, is a podcast run by Alex Jones. Now, even
I
if you
feel
don't,
like I've heard of the name Alex Jones before.
yes, even if you don't exactly recognize, like, if even you don't know fully, you've probably seen clips of him before. He was a popular meme back in like mid 2010s. I think
Yeah,
one of his
I've seen some memes about him before.
Yeah, there was this one song where it kept repeating his phrase, "Turn the freaking frogs gay," and there was another one where it was like a meme of him on the street. It's like, "Hey, you there? You're a fraud. You're a phony." Something like that. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, it was some pretty funny stuff, and it was him with Kanye West on there, and that's why Kanye was like, "I see good things about Hitler. Hitler wasn't that bad of a dude."
He wasn't that bad. You know, he's just a cool guy.
Like, and considering that all of his business, like all of his partnerships and all his money were gone because of the controversy of him making anti-Semitic comments, that like this is like the last thing you want to say, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're already unpopular, you don't want to say something that's clearly going to make you even more unpopular.
That's like being exposed for being a racist, and then you come out being like the KKK weren't that bad. Like
Exactly.
that's basically the
Exactly.
equivalent of what's happening here, right? So yeah, I wonder, can Kanye really surprise anyone anymore with like
Probably not.
what is he gonna say next at this point? Like it's really just become like he's really focused on doing everything controversial and literally nothing music related. Because like the last album he dropped was like two
Oh
years
yeah,
ago or something.
he's so bad at doing music related stuff. I honestly forgot he was even like in the music business.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I listen to Kanye West. Like his music is actually not that bad. Like it's actually really good. Like there's a reason why he's famous, right? Like he makes objectively
Probably.
good music, but this stuff right here of all this, it's like a lot of people, even fans of him, are like, yeah, he makes good music, but it's just a case where you just kind of have to separate the art from the artist, right?
Right.
So yeah. Um and to me, I'm not really offended by any of this. I just find it funny more than anything. Like, just kind of funny in the sense of like no other person would do this, or at least no one of this level of fame would do this. So that's why it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. And the thing about one more thing about Kanye, we're gonna move on soon, but one more thing about Kanye is his fan base is like so obsessed with him that he has managed to make it to this point and still have people support him. Like Kanye's a genius. Everything he does and says is genius. Like I'm honestly
Except
convinced.
for that one thing.
I'm honestly convinced that Kanye could murder someone, and those same people would still be like, "Oh, it's fine, bro. He makes
It's
good
fine. It's
music."
Kanye.
It's Kanye we're talking about.
He's a little bit insane anyway. We all know that.
Your Honor, my client is Kanye West. Need I say more?
Need I say more?
But yeah. I think the funniest thing about all this uh, is the fact that I think a few years ago he went through a spiritual journey, and for a little while he was a making Christian music and like claimed to be like on that path, and
Not
then
so much for that.
yeah, exactly. And it's like the Christian music he made, particularly on his last album, Donda, like it wasn't bad actually, but it was just. And I think we should go ahead and clarify. This isn't just him doing it for no reason. Like he does have like a mental disorder called bipolar disorder, which I don't
Which
know
is
much. I
but
don't know
I
much about it, but I
yeah,
do know it's
I don't
like
remember the all the different disorders, like mental disorders. I think bipolar is when you have like it's similar to multiple personality, but
yeah,
not
it's
the
similar
same
to
thing.
schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Yeah, to where it's like erratic behavior changes, and it's not really controllable. So some people do say that as well. It's like give him a little leeway, but a lot of people are saying like what he's doing is inexcusable, despite the fact that he does have a like medical condition.
Just
That like
being Kanye isn't enough anymore.
it's like a lot of people say, "Oh, it's okay. He made this one album." Like the most popular album they bring up is "Graduation," which is another music album he made, and it's like it's okay. He made "Graduation."
Just because he did this one thing, he's now exempt from,
Yes,
being.
it's okay. He made "Graduation," which
It's okay, he graduated.
no, that's the thing. Like the first few albums he did were like school related. Like his first album was The College Dropout. The second album he did was Late Registration, and the third album was like Graduation. So there was kind of like a trilogy that was kind of based on school, or kind of it was kind of a theme with his first three albums. And Graduation is the one they mainly talked about as being like. And there's another one. There's another album that his fans always love to talk about. Like they love this album. They think it's like the best album ever. I think the album's called like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's like they just talk about it like it's the greatest thing ever.
It
But yeah.
doesn't sound like the greatest thing ever just by hearing the name.
It's good, but it's not something
Good.
that I would say, oh yeah, this exempts you from anything. Like, I don't think it's that good.
It's good, it's just not that good.
Yeah. um, and what's funny about that is there was this music critic who rated the album like a 6 out of 10, and to this day he gets like hate for that. Like he gets hate for rating it that low,
The
like a six
critic
out of
gets hate
ten.
for it, you mean?
Yeah, the critic.
Kanye gets hate for his album being rated by someone else.
Like yeah, the critic named Anthony Fantano. That's his name. Anthony Fantano gets hate to this day for rating Kanye's album a 6 out of 10.
Because people think it's so good and it doesn't deserve to be rated that, I guess.
Yes, exactly. And I just find it to be so hilarious. Like that's the extent of well, there's more stuff they've done, but Kanye fans or there's a term for like an obsessive fan that's called a stan instead of a fan.
Oh,
It's
that's what that
basically
means. I've heard that term before, but I never really knew exactly what it meant.
uh it's basically it was coined by Eminem. Do you know who he is?
He's like a
I assume you
rapper.
do. Yeah, it was coined by him in a song where it's basically fan and stalker mixed together is stan. However,
Oh, that
that
makes
term
sense.
However, that term isn't the most accurate nowadays. It's kind of just evolved into like a hyper fan, like a fan that's basically where their favorite music artist is their personality. Like it's not even like they
So
have
they're the kind of people that just like do everything that their favorite artist does because they're just that obsessed with it.
basically yes, basically. There was another example I was going to bring up, but I feel like we'd be talking about this forever if we got into this particular situation. For those who are watching who know, Kid Cudi is the situation I was going to talk about. Uh, but that would take 30 minutes just to explain. And I know we want content, but are you willing to enter this rabbit hole? Because I'll help you enter it.
I don't know, honestly. It doesn't seem like something that I want to get involved in.
Okay. Maybe that'll be a topic for another podcast because we're just gonna keep using Kanye's name for clickbait. That's
No politics except Kanye.
no that's another t-shirt right there. No politics except Kanye.
He's the one politic we're allowed to talk about.
Yes. I'm gonna make that a Discord rule along with
Yes.
other rules. No political talk unless it's related to Kanye.
Then it's all right.
Yes, exactly. As soon as you mention another politician's name, they're going to get
Donald
instantly
Trump.
banned. Yes, exactly. But if it's Kanye West, it's all right. Because at the end of the day,
Kanye
it's just
Trump.
funny. All right. Oh yeah. By the way, I don't have any water with me since
I
just
don't
ran out
either,
of
honestly.
bottles. So-
I'm just we'll be fine. We'll just be
My voice is
dehydrated.
going to be my voice is going to be so dry by the end of this. We're only 17 minutes in. All right, so
Joke's on you. I have experience talking for long periods of time.
as for our next topic, are you aware with the name Jayan Animation?
I've heard of it. I've never actually looked into it all that much.
Okay, so to give a quick rundown, she's a storytime animator. She makes really good videos. She used to make storytime animation videos, but now she makes animation videos based on her playing video games. But she talks about it like she's telling a story. Like she'll play Pokemon and be like, "I started out in a world like this, and then I captured
In
this
a
Pokemon."
world.
Yeah, but now she's doing this thing right now called a subathon where she does a live stream, and this is not a new concept, by the way, but I really think this is interesting. She does a live stream, but if you donate money, so there's a counter that counts down when the stream ends.
And if you donate money, the counter goes up, I guess.
The counter goes up, yes. And it just keeps going until the counter runs out. I think that's a ingenious plan for a stream. What do you think?
We could, but it probably wouldn't last that long since we don't really have people who are gonna.
No, I'm not talking about us doing it because first off, I'm busy with college work and like having college.
Imagine
work.
going to college.
Like if we did that, I would have to be like streaming. It's like, all right, guys, we're going to class now. Like I just take
the college life vlog with me just being here for no reason.
Yeah, like we're 7 hours in. It's like, all right, guys, time for the next part of this stream where I take you on a trip to my college class.
And then something shocking happens.
I imagine I just place my laptop. Like when I'm driving, I place my laptop here. I'm just driving. It's like, oh, hey, thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation. Looks like we have to go for another hour.
No. I say as I'm reading it, I crash.
Yes.
Also, speaking of crash, I think I just knocked over some stuff.
I love how you say that. Speaking of crash, I think I just crashed my room.
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, Will has disappeared into the ether.
Alright. Alright, there we go. I fixed everything. But yeah, what do you think of that as a concept of
I
being
like.
a
I think it's a good concept. I think it sounds like a fun concept, but you would have to have a lot of time on your hands if you're someone who is like Jaden, who has a lot of people who actually watch their content.
right? And what was funny is when she made the announcement video that she was doing this, she mentioned that she had like weeks of content prepared for
Weeks.
yeah, that's what she said, weeks. And I can even look it up right now, where she's at. How many hours has passed and how much time is left on her subathon.
A lot.
Alright, so she currently has 141 hours left of the stream to go.
141 hours. Wow.
So if we do quick math, and by quick math I mean I'm going to grab my calculator. She has at least 5 days, 5.5 days left of streaming.
Wow.
So,
What? She might actually run out of content.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't think weeks is going to cover you because I'm pretty sure the fans will never. Like, she has 11.7 million subscribers. Like, they are never going to let this, like, not.
It just becomes a challenge for the viewers. Like, don't let the subathon die.
Yeah. Imagine it keeps going for years. Like, she lives her entire life while still doing this, and she becomes, like, a billionaire.
Yes. Hey, that would be pretty good, though.
I imagine she's already made, like, millions.
Probably.
And not hundreds of thousands.
Because subs on whatever platform it is cost money, right?
Like, she's streaming on YouTube, and
okay.
You can send a super chat that basically adds up the timer. I don't know how much, but you can send, like, anywhere from, like, $2 a message to, like, up to, like, a lot of money for a message.
Up to, like,
100.
a lot of dollars a message.
Yeah. Yeah, because I forgot exactly what the maximum is, and I didn't want to make a guess and be wrong. So, yeah. I forgot. I didn't even pay attention to what she was doing. She was playing Pokemon, but let me look at because I accidentally closed the tab. I want to actually see like what she's doing. So Subathon Day 16, Nuzlocking Pokemon Suite version, and then in parentheses it says Game Show later on.
Game show.
Yeah, she's gonna host a whole game show. Imagine it like airs on ABC or something.
And here we have this one YouTuber that nobody knows about.
Surely 11 million people out of 8 billion is a good percentage. And also, it does appear. Do you have any idea what? I forgot what it was called. She's doing that thing where you project yourself onto a 3D model, and it's like, what's the word for it? There's a word for it.
Project yourself onto a 3D model.
So basically,
I don't know the word for that.
There's a word for it, but it's basically where, like, you're here and like streaming or whatever, but you're projected onto a 3D model, and the 3D model is moving as if it's you moving. I forget the term, but I know there's a term for it. And it's super obvious. And whoever's watching this who does know it will scream. They're like
He's like,
screaming at me what it
for
is.
those of
And
you
I
who don't
know,
know, Will is also a film major, so the fact that he doesn't
I
know
know
this.
this isn't really like film related, though. It's like some parts of film, like CGI, they do this, I guess. But I'm I know that one person is watching this like screaming at me what the term is, but I just for some reason I'm drawing a blank. If I'm able to remember what the term is later, I'll comment it down in the comments.
Just comment it below our own video.
Yes.
Oh yeah, guys, I remembered that one really obscure term I was trying to remember.
It's so common, and I shouldn't be forgetting it, but I am. I don't know. But if you were to see it, you'd know what I mean.
Would I know?
But yeah. Man, I hate that I can't remember. I don't know. I'm just gonna move past that. I'll remember it later. All right, so 26 minutes in. Now this next topic, this is the main thing I wanted to talk about because I really want to get your perspective on this. Now,
all you have to do is just go inside of me. There's my perspective.
I'm gonna pretend that you're good at making
Steven
jokes.
being unfunny since.
All right, so are you aware of the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I am aware, and I am terrified.
Have you seen the full trailer that they dropped?
I haven't seen the second one that Universal put out. I haven't seen that one. I saw I saw the direct that Nintendo did for it. I haven't seen Universal's trailer.
Okay, but you've seen enough.
I'm gonna get more homework.
But you've seen enough to where Mario as like Chris Pratt playing it and Jack Black playing Bowser.
Yeah, right? I know the cast and stuff like that.
So let's go ahead and just talk about it because I feel like there's a lot to talk about. So first off, Chris Pratt as Mario. I will repeat, Chris Pratt as Mario.
I remember when that was first revealed. Like even
when that was first revealed,
people went crazy about it. People went
thought that was a joke.
Insane.
Exactly, yeah. And hearing it in all of its glory, first in the teaser trailer, did not do it justice. Like we saw Mario, he looked good, and then he looked around and he's like, "What is this place?" Like, did not sound the least bit
That's
Italian.
Not Mario.
Like, I didn't expect it to be like "It's me, Mario." Like, I didn't.
I was thinking like maybe he would try to put on like an Italian accent to make it sound somewhat.
I was picturing like a voice that's like with a hint of Italian in it, but not so much so in the original. It's like, Yahoo! It's me, Mario!
Basically what you would get if an American tried to do an Italian accent.
Like me.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me, Mario. I am a plumber who is trying to save Princess Peach. Like something like that?
Yeah. That's what I would expect for them to do.
Like,
but
it's not overly over the top, but
they just went like full on. They just didn't even try.
They just went full on white. Like, this is a white person named, like, playing this instead, like, of Italian. Like, this is supposed to be an Italian character, right?
Yes.
But what's funny is in the official trailer, like the one that I think you mentioned not seeing, he does attempt, at the end of the trailer, he does attempt a Yahoo! And it doesn't.
Now I have to go watch it. I'm going to have to go watch it now.
Yeah. It's so funny hearing it. He's just like Yahoo or something like that.
There was an attempt, I guess.
An attempt was made here. You know what the
Maybe.
problem was? It wasn't the best of attempts. But yeah. So that's the first thing about it, about this new movie. I forgot exactly when it's coming out, but yeah. I believe it's coming out next year at the very least, but I forgot which month. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about with this movie is Jack Black as Bowser, which I think is a great casting choice.
Yeah, I think that makes a little bit more sense because Bowser is not an Italian, so you know.
Well, yeah, that's a start.
Like if you listen to Bowser, like he never actually speaks in the games. Like Mario in the games sometimes has a few voice lines, but Bowser never actually says anything. He just makes noises. But based on like the sounds that he makes, it actually seems like it makes sense. It makes sense the casting choice that they made, that they would put someone like that on because you know he's not an Italian. That's really all there is to it, honestly.
I love how you keep bringing that up. Like he's not Italian, and that's why this is perfect. It's like
yes, exactly.
I don't think it's really about being an Italian or not. I think
it's not about that, but it's like Mario has a distinctly Italian accent. It's just there because that's how they made the character, and so when you're gonna have a voice actor that's not that, it just makes things weird.
Yeah, and they 100% did not pick Chris Pratt because they thought he was perfect for the role.
No, they picked him because of his popularity. It's very obvious that they
just went with a celebrity voice actor.
Exactly.
Well, not even a voice actor. I don't even know if Chris Pratt is in many animation type things where he had to voice act. And a lot of people brought this up too. Chris Pratt does not sound like he's trying. Like, it's not even like he's bad for the role, though that is part of it. It's just that he's not trying at all. He's phoning it in. Comparably, Jack Black, he has a lot more experience with voice acting, and he gave it, like, more effort, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's another thing about it. And I don't really remember who else. I know Seth Rogen's also in the movie, but I don't know what character he's going to be playing. That's like the only other voice actor / celebrity voice actor that I'm aware of / care about. Unless there's others I'm forgetting. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and pull it up and see the full list of people that were shown in the trailer. Alright, so Chris Pratt, Mario. Keegan Michael Key is Toad. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's actually
yeah. I don't remember all of them.
Yeah.
There was some speculation about the casting choice for Peach, that Peach was not going to be like she usually is in the games, but would actually be like
she's going to be a strong female character.
Yeah, exactly.
Because here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with having a strong female character, but every movie, every show they have had, particularly Disney, is bad for this. Like they just throw in a strong female character. They give her absolutely no personality other than the fact that she's a strong female character. That's literally it. Like they just make the character completely not interesting or entertaining to watch. But because she's strong, that means that Disney is being progressive and they're fighting for change.
Yeah.
Even though, ironically, doing this in this way is actually making it, having progress go backwards on making things progressive as they want. um, by
And
adding
I guess it
stereotypes.
just depends on like the approach that they decide to take with it.
Yeah, I mean, I know Peach. She does have some games where she does fight. Like there are
Yeah, I mean she
characters.
does, but most of the time they're not like mainline games. Most of the games where she does are like, Smash Bros for example, or like Mario Kart or the sports games. Things like that. They're never any of the mainline Mario games.
Right. And I'm looking at the actor list. Seth Rogen is going to be Donkey Kong, which
Oh, I didn't even know they casted Donkey Kong.
yeah, but Seth Rogen, he's a guy. I have a really bad impression of his laugh, but he has this type of laugh where it's like,
I mean,
and he makes
it's Donkey Kong after all.
and he has a bunch of like dry humor, and he's really funny. And I guess I can see him working as being Donkey Kong. Like it makes sense to an extent, but I'm just not 100% sold on the idea. But it could work. It could work. Um, no one else really stands out to me actor wise. But yeah, this is a. And when it comes to the visuals, it looks pretty good. I mean, Illumination. I don't know if you know them, but they're the ones behind like. What was that just now?
You know how the minions are produced by Illumination, and
Yeah,
like one of the intros is literally just one of the minions screaming it like that.
yeah. Like the minions, they're like. Did you know that I think the minions, like the way they talk, is actually recognized as an official language, I believe. I
Minion
remember seeing
language.
that somewhere. Like that's an official language.
You can go on Google Translate. Let's translate something to minion.
I don't think it's that official, but like I don't know. I remember seeing it somewhere that it was like an actual language that they created, even though it's basically just gibberish. I don't know. I remember
Yeah,
hearing that somewhere.
I'm pretty sure it does not translate to anything in any other
Yeah,
language.
I'm pretty sure whoever's voicing it is not like trying to get it specifically down to where it's be like translated or anything. They're just making noises based on like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
tone
They're just like
of
saying
what
they're just
based on
saying
the
random
tone of
sounds.
what emotion they're feeling. That's what they're gonna be the sounds they're gonna be making.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah. Illumination is one of those studios that has a weird reputation. They always make a lot of money because like their movies are like very appealing.
The title for this
Like
episode is going to be "Hot Takes on the Film Industry."
that's like every episode. Like every episode I've talked about this, but this is the topic that I believe you would get most because like
Because it's about Mario. I feel like
about
that's
Mario.
I feel like that's your motivation. You're like, oh, it's about Mario. I bet Steven will like this one.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I were to talk to you about anything else, like, hey Steven, how do you feel about the Danganronpa games?
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Exactly. Exactly. Like that's the topic I could go on for like days on days about that. But I'm not because you don't know what that is. And it will take too long to coach you and have you look at everything related to that. But
I
yeah.
mean, you already gave me homework once, and I didn't even do it. So,
Yeah. And by the way, did I know you're gonna say no, but did you actually watch the movie
no,
afterwards? The
I
masterpiece.
didn't.
That's okay. You're still my friend.
Are you sure about that?
No, you're expelled from this session.
Expelled from reality.
You're expelled. You're expelled. No. There's this one clip from someone where he's like, "You are fired from breathing."
Because breathing is a company that you get employed by.
You are fired. I just love that quote so much. You are fired from breathing. I don't know why that quote makes me laugh. But yeah. Alright, so what was I even talking about? I just got onto a tangent about completely unrelated things. I know we're talking about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Oh yeah, I was talking about Illumination, like the studio. Like there are companies that. Are you done?
No, I'm never done. What are you talking about?
Okay, I will wait till you're done. Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
The people need their content.
The people need answers.
Yes. All right, so Illumination. Go ahead. Wow, even when I want you to do it, you can't do it, and when I don't want you to do it, you do it.
That's how it works.
What do you want from me? What do you want?
Your very soul.
Well,
I took his soul.
Was that good acting? Probably wasn't.
Sure.
Yay! I got the approval. Okay.
You got the approval of someone who does not know what good acting looks like, so...
Well, you're smart enough to understand that Chris Pratt is not a good voice actor, right?
Yes.
So that's something, okay? That's something. Take pride in that. But yeah, Illumination is always one of those companies that make successful movies, but not make people actually like their movies. Like whenever they make a new movie, like people always are there on YouTube to like point out the flaws and like point out how it's a bad movie. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because they make a bunch of money. Like
that's all they're there to do. People act like movie companies aren't literally just trying to make money.
Yeah, it's not about making content no more. As much as people want it to be, it's all about making money.
Yep.
Like, and that was always kind of the motivation. But back then, like,
there was a time where movies were actually made with the intent to, entertain people.
Right. But nowadays, they're just made to make money. Like, not a lot else. And it's unfortunate because I really think we have made tools now more than ever to make fantastic movies. And yet, the motivations just aren't there for the most part. Like, it's a weird time right now for Hollywood because it's just we've kind of reached that point where we're just like, and we've talked about this in other episodes too, but like Hollywood's run out of ideas, basically.
Yeah, just like us.
And we're only on what, episode 5?
Yeah, I think how fast we produced these episodes. We produced the same amount of podcast episodes as there are Who episodes in like
a month.
Yeah, and it took us that long to produce one Who episode.
I'd say more.
Probably, yeah.
Like much more.
Why do you care about this channel and not the Who channel?
Because this is easy content. And listen, I will get on to episode 6.
Will you, though?
Just not now. At least not today.
When?
I can't give you an answer, but...
Yeah, that means never.
Okay.
The Who channel is dead, folks. Just accept it.
At least for now. We'll get back to it. It'll revive one day.
Maybe.
So let's go ahead and talk about 44 minutes in. Let's go ahead and talk about the last topic. As of recording,
we get so much done when Will actually makes a list of topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Last time you didn't. We'd stop, like, last time we tried to record an episode, we actually stopped, like, 15 minutes into the episode, and Will was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it today. I'm tired, and I didn't make a list of things to talk about, so let's just not
Yeah,
record
yeah,
today.
yeah. Let's talk about that.
Legitimately said that.
Yeah, because I don't want to record an episode feeling sluggish. I want to record an episode when I'm full of energy and I actually want to talk about stuff. Like I want to make some good content, and I don't want to make good content. I can't make good content when I'm feeling sluggish and tired, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. So So I hope you can forgive me for that, by the way, because I know I literally.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't mad. I was just pointing out that fact.
Yeah, yeah. So the last topic, as is December 2nd. You know what happens?
What happens?
Mariah Carey defrosting and getting ready to be like everywhere and like make a bunch of money throughout Christmas. And immediately after, like she's the one who made that "All I Want for Christmas Is You" song.
Yeah, that one.
Like she's the main person for this meme lately of just like Mariah Carey and these other people who's made classic Christmas songs. Like throughout all the year, they never get talked about. They're 100% irrelevant. And then when December comes around, during November, they like it's like a meme where like they're defrosting, and when December rolls around, they're like out of the ice and they're just everywhere. And then after December, they go back into their little caves, and that's when we
They
never
go
hear
back
about
into
them again.
hiding.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to talk about for this last part of the podcast. What would it be like to have a career where you're the most popular musician, but only for a certain amount of time each year, like during
I mean,
Christmas?
I feel like that would just affect how much money you make because, you're not like making stuff all year, which means you're getting less content made, which
Yeah.
means you're not making as much money as you could.
And it's not just a money thing, but like you're only relevant as a celebrity around Christmas time, right?
Yeah.
So, would that be a good career since you're still making a bunch of money and you're still like really famous, but that only shines through like 1 month? What do you feel about that?
I mean, it just seems like a lot of wasted potential, honestly.
But like her during Christmas is more successful than a lot of people will ever be, right?
Well, yeah, but that just comes with popularity. Like, if you're not that popular, then it doesn't really work like that.
But the thing about Mariah Carey is she's reached a state to where she's expected to have another boost in sales and streams and like overall like exposure and like popularity. She's expected to have that every year. So it's like guaranteed success, but only for a month each year. Would that still be considered a good career? Because it's like better than a lot of others will do ever. But think about those other celebrities is they get to experience their fame throughout all the year, even if it's like not as good as Mariah Carey's career in 1 month.
I mean, I guess if you can get the amount of like fame and stuff that you do after out of only doing it for 1 month, then I guess it works. I just feel like it being I guess it does play a thing where it's like if she's only doing stuff for 1 month, then people come to know that 1 month of the year for that one specific thing, and maybe it like gives her like you said, a significant boost during that time. I guess, kind
Right,
of, maybe.
right. But yeah.
That's what I think of it.
You know what? Hold on. Wait. I just got it.
God, what?
You know how I was talking about earlier with J animation and like that 3D model thing?
Oh yeah.
VTubers. That's the
Oh,
term I was
V2.
thinking of. VTubers. That's what I was thinking
That's
of.
just. I was confused about what you said. You said projecting yourself onto a 3D model. That's like. So you mean like when they have a 3D model and they're basically using that to represent themselves in the video rather than their actual selves.
And that's essentially what's happening. Like what your movements
Yeah,
are put
basically.
onto the 3D model. So it's not a wrong definition that I'm giving.
No, it's
But
not. No, it's
it might
not
have been
technically.
confusing.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had a little bit of a brain fart moment where I was like, I know it has a name. But yeah, that's what she was doing. She had like a VTuber model where it was like her character, but it had like color and it was 3D. But yeah. Sorry to divert from the original topic to bring that up because I was thinking about it the entire time and it only just now came to me. Are you playing Minecraft?
No, don't worry about it. That's
You've literally just been playing Minecraft throughout this entire podcast.
no. You don't know anything.
I know everything. We've caught you. That's the new title. Will catches
We
Steven
caught
in
Steven
4K.
playing Minecraft during a podcast episode.
The audacity. Just the audacity. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm dead.
He's dead. The end.
And I'm hearing Minecraft cats all of a sudden.
I can just fix that. There you go.
And I guess we could use this as like a another topic point so that we can have this podcast reach 1 hour.
Just padding the runtime at this point.
Yeah. I think Minecraft has the best soundtrack out of any game.
I don't know if I would say the best. It definitely has a good soundtrack.
I'd say it's like really spectacular music.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Like,
it has very good music. I like it.
I just think it's if it's not the best soundtrack, it's one of the best soundtracks for a game. Because we're talking about games here. You know?
Nintendo Switch has games.
Nintendo Switch. And that's another thing, dude. The Nintendo Switch, I know it's been out for like years, but I still think it's a weird concept. Like, it's good, but I just think it's still weird. Like, the concept
How is it weird? Like, can I ask?
Like, you have a screen, and then you have the controllers here, and then you detach them to also play it this way.
Yeah. Well, you can also put it, if you want to go further with it, you can also put it on a TV and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played on it a few times where, like, my friends had it, but I've just never been a fan of those, like, controls super small, or, like, the controls, like, right here. Like, I don't know, I've just never been a fan of that. That might just be me, though. And I've never had a Nintendo Switch. I'm just going off the few experiences I've had of playing on my friends' Nintendo Switch and, like, the controllers and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know.
But I will say, like, the default controllers, the Joy-Cons, Nintendo calls them, are quite small.
Yeah. And I got big hands, so
Yeah.
I don't fare well.
That's why you get something like this, the Pro controller.
Yeah.
It's much more like an Xbox. It's much more like an Xbox controller.
I get those exist, but yeah. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. This is going to be another episode under the 1 hour mark.
We are 6 minutes short.
I have nothing else to say. So
I thought you said let's talk about Minecraft, and then we just immediately shifted to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, because it's not a long conversation to have. I realize that. And also, my laptop's about to die, so that's another factor.
Man, why would you not fully charge your laptop before coming into a podcast episode?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Anyways.
Are you?
That's all for our episode today. Anything you want to say, Steven, to the people?
For those of you who don't know,
I saw